We are going to break you from the inside. Yes, you, the one who's always available, the one who says yes while bleeding inside, the one who rushes to help before anyone even speaks, the one who can't say enough without tasting guilt in their mouth. Recognize yourself? Good. Listen closely, because this isn't a soft invitation to self-care. It's a raw warning. You are extinguishing yourself, and no one is coming to save you. Worse still, most people won't even notice. Why should they? You've blurred yourself into the wallpaper. You've confused generosity with self-erasure. You've built an identity out of being useful, available, pleasant. And in doing so, you made yourself invisible. The brutal truth, the more available you are, the less you're valued. No, it's not fair, but it's real. People don't treasure what they think they can never lose. They don't appreciate what's always there. You became the background noise of their lives, the gentle hum they stopped hearing long ago. And what happens to the background? It gets ignored until it's gone. And even then, it's rarely missed. You blurred yourself out to survive. But survival isn't living. You live in a world that rewards scarcity, mystery, strategic presence. Not endless giving, not bottomless availability. It hurts, doesn't it? Machiavelli knew this centuries ago. Power is not in blind goodness. Power is in control. The power to give, but also the power to withdraw. Have you ever wondered why some people light up a room even before they arrive? Why their absence changes the atmosphere more than your presence ever could? It's not charisma, it's design. It's the art of controlled presence. The art of withholding yourself so that when you show up, your existence matters. Meanwhile, you are everywhere all the time, and that's why no one sees you anymore. Here's the paradox nobody told you. The more you give without measure, the less you're worth in their minds, because predictable equals forgettable. It doesn't matter if you're a good person. The human mind does not reward goodness, it rewards impact. You thought being there for everyone made you loved. It didn't. It made you disposable. Desire lives in mystery. Respect grows in distance. Power is born in boundaries. And what have you cultivated instead? Predictability, full accessibility, emotional clearance sale. You thought you were building love. You were building dependence. And the kind of dependence that demands nothing in return except your slow, silent self-destruction. Every time you said yes when you wanted to say no, you taught people, my needs don't matter. Every time you stayed silent to keep the peace, you taught people, you can ignore me without consequence. Every time you forgave without being asked, you taught people, you can break me and I will stay. And now you wonder why you feel empty? Look closer. The ones you sacrifice for, the ones you contort yourself for, would replace you in a heartbeat. Not because they're monsters, but because you trained them to. You taught them you're always there. And nothing kills value faster than availability without price. You were not born to be the silent support beam in someone else's castle. You were born to build your own. And here's the next blow. They don't see you because you taught them not to. You gave yourself away so easily, they never learned your real cost. And so you became what humans always ignore. The permanent, the free, the unprotected. If you want to be valued, you have to stop being a background player in your own story. Control your presence. Learn to leave. Learn to say no without apology. Learn to let your absence be felt like a thunderclap, because absence commands attention more than presence ever could. Think about the great figures of history. They were not the nicest people in the room. They were the ones who knew when to appear and when to vanish. They did not beg to be loved. They demanded to be remembered. You feel invisible? It's not because they're blind. It's because you've shown them too much, too often, without asking them to earn it. You turn your soul into an open buffet, and now you wonder why nobody values the feast. Stop. You are not a buffet. You are a rare wine opened only for the deserving. Protect your fire. Guard your light. Don't let just anyone walk into your sacred spaces. Because here's the harsh psychological law. Scarcity creates value. Abundance without boundaries creates entitlement. And you've been abundant in all the wrong places. Start today. Say nothing. Pull back your energy. Disappear without fanfare. Withdraw your kindness without rage. And see who notices. See who searches for your voice when it's no longer filling the room. See who stumbles when you stop carrying their emotional load. See who misses you, not for what you do, but for who you are. That's when you'll know. The ones who stayed were the ones who saw you. The ones who left were the ones who only saw their reflection in you. You don't need everyone. You need truth. And truth only shows up when you stop feeding illusions. Because you're not here to be the emotional nursemaid of the world. You're here to ignite something bigger, something that will never be born if you keep bleeding yourself dry for people who don't even say thank you. You can be kind and still be scarce. You can be giving and still be guarded. You can love and still leave when your soul is being depleted. And if you think that's selfish, good. They told you self-protection was selfish because they benefited when you believed it. You owe them nothing. You owe yourself everything. This is not just about relationships. It's about your existence, your legacy, your emotional survival. No one is going to build your worth for you. No one is going to fight for your boundaries if you don't. No one will hand you the respect you refuse to demand. It starts with silence, with withdrawal, with self-reclamation, not with drama, not with explanations, with presence withheld and power restored. The moment you pull back your presence, the world reacts. Not immediately. At first, they just notice the absence, like the missing hum of an air conditioner you never realized was there until it went silent. But soon discomfort sets in. People squirm. They reach out with meaningless check-ins. They throw out hooks. Are you okay? You've changed. Because now, for the first time, they feel the weight of your silence. They realize you are not air. You were the oxygen. And the ones who only valued you for what you provided? They panic, not because they love you, but because they lost their emotional convenience. They miss the easy version of you, the unguarded you, the one who never made them pay for access. But that version is dead now. And if you're wise, you'll bury it without ceremony. Because what comes next is crucial. You're going to feel guilt. You're going to feel like you're being too harsh. You're going to want to run back and fix the discomfort you've created. Don't. That discomfort is the evidence that you are finally shifting the axis of power back to yourself. You spent years learning how to be available. Now you must master the far rarer skill, the art of being unavailable. Not because you're cruel, because you are now sacred territory, because your time, your energy, your soul is not public property. And if they want access, they must earn it. No more free entry. No more endless emotional labor. No more bending until your spine breaks. You're not being heartless. You're being sovereign. And sovereignty always feels like cruelty to those who were never used to paying the price of your presence. You're going to watch people fall away. Good. Let them. Because what you're doing isn't about teaching them a lesson. It's about teaching yourself one. Never again will I be a background character in my own life. The world is full of people who will take what you give and never once look back. You don't change them by giving more. You change your life by giving less. less explaining, less apologizing, less rescuing. You pull your energy out of the spaces that treated you like a safety net, and you reinvest it into yourself, into your dreams, your peace, your evolution. And here's the secret Machiavelli understood. The secret few dare to live. Presence is power. Withholding presence is supremacy. The less accessible you become, the more valuable you become. The less predictable you are, the more you command curiosity, attention, respect. You don't have to raise your voice. You don't have to be cruel. You just have to stop being everywhere for everyone. Let them feel the drought where your river used to flow. Let them walk through a world where your fire no longer warms their nights. Let them sit with the cold realization that they lost something priceless, and it was never theirs to begin with. You were not born to be the constant. You were born to be the phenomenon that changes the air when you enter a room. And the only way to become that phenomenon is by mastering absence, not passive-aggressive silence, not performative withdrawal. Real absence, strategic, silent, powerful. You let your unavailability echo louder than your presence ever did. You become the enigma. You become the standard. And those who truly value you, they will find a way to meet you at the level you deserve. Not because you begged them, because you taught them through your absence what your presence was worth all along. This transformation isn't a game. It's a burial and a rebirth. The burial of the old self, the one who was always there, always accessible, always drained. And the rebirth of the self that holds space, that moves deliberately, that lives with the unshakable truth. My value is not measured by how much I give. My value is measured by how much I protect what is mine. You are not here to be easy to reach. You are here to be unforgettable. You are not here to be loved by everyone. You are here to be respected by the few who have earned the right to stand beside you. And if this realization stings, good. Let it burn, because pain is the price of awakening. Comfort is the drug that kept you chained. Now you're cutting the chain, not with rage, not with blame, with silence, with sovereignty, with presence that is finally yours to command. So here's the final question. Will you keep living like a free service everyone feels entitled to? Or will you rise into the cold, sharp clarity of your own worth? The choice is yours. But know this, once you choose power, you will never be able to go back to the version of you who begged to be seen. That version is already fading, and something stronger, rarer, more dangerous is rising in its place. You, the real you, the one who doesn't need to be everywhere to be remembered, the one who disappears and leaves echoes, the one who no longer asks to be valued, the one who demands it with their silence alone. If this woke something up in you, if it stirred something raw and ancient and alive, don't ignore it. Leave a comment below and mark your turning point. I am withholding my presence to reclaim my power. And if you're ready for the next step, ready to go even deeper into how to rebuild your boundaries, your identity, and your empire of self-respect, then don't stop here. Subscribe. Turn on notifications. Stay locked in. Because this isn't about motivation, it's about domination. Your time of being background noise is over. Now you become the earthquake they never saw coming.